Alright, hey beauties. So today we are going to be doing a 100% drugstore look, and we're starting off with our face. I'm using a lot of new products that I've never tried before, starting off with that Prime Light MILANI face primer. I really feel like this worked and it really made my skin look like it was glowing, right? Like in the very beginning. And then I tried the Maybelline Dream Cushion. I mixed two different foundations to come out with my perfect shade. I don't know how I feel about this foundation. I've only tried it one other time before this, to be honest, and I just haven't used it since then. So I'm giving it a good try before I give you my opinion, but it is going on really beautifully. I liked dipping my brush into the cushion part of the foundation, and it was really easy to blend into my face with this brush. I really love the IT Cosmetics foundation brush. And then two new products again that I haven't tried, that MASTERCAMO concealer. This concealer I feel like is a little bit too soft. Like when you first put it down on your eyes, it moves around a lot and it creased really bad. So this is one of those concealers that you're gonna have to set immediately. And then I got this little contour duo from MILANI, which I thought it was going to be too light, but surprisingly it did contour my face. I'm not too sure how I feel about it just yet, but I did like it for contouring. It did what it said to do. But the highlight side, which you're going to see here in a minute, I'm just blending in the contour as usual, and I'm using the e.l.f. contour brush. I'm not sure if that is for contouring, but it works amazing if you're going to use a cream contour. And then this side, I was really having some high hopes for it, but that literally blends into nothing, like nothing at all. You can't even tell that I applied anything to my cheeks. So, And then to set under my eyes, I'm using this COVERGIRL loose powder, which I remember using this in high school. And I tried setting it under my eyes, and I just feel like, okay, so it did the job, but I feel like it made it look, it just accentuated my under eyes. It wasn't as beautiful as it could be. And then to set all over, I used this MILANI Luminous Translucent Powder, which I've been loving that powder. I've been using it so much. And then to set that cream contour, I'm using the Wet n Wild Contour Kit. I love that thing, you guys. It is surprising how well that product works, and it's like under $5. And then I take the lighter shade and I'm just defining my contour without actually using a darker shade, which I've been loving doing lately. This Kat Von D brush is amazing. I will list it down below. And I basically just pat in a lighter colored powder and carve it out. And then for the eyeshadow, I'm using this RIMMEL Magnify Eyes Shadow Palette. This one is the Grunge Glamour, and I just take the lightest shade in that palette for the transition and just really work it in there. I always start out with the transition color, that way when we put other colors in there, it'll blend nicely. And that's actually an e.l.f. blush palette, which I'll be using that twice, but I use that peach colored blush in my crease. Took that dark brown to just warm up the crease a little bit more, and you're gonna see these in a second. I really wanted to try the L'Oreal Infallible Paints eyeshadow dual-ended. Don't know how I feel about these just yet. I really feel like they're kind of hard to use. In this video, it's not really showcasing that, but it did go on there a little bit patchy, at least these colors, and they dry kind of weird. I will say though that I was afraid that these wouldn't be able to blend into shadow, you know, because they're a cream shadow. But once they dry, they're actually easy to blend into a powder eyeshadow. Does that make sense? And I put this orange-ish shade on the outer corner of my eyes. And if you see that, it actually looks pretty nice going on there. But when I was initially applying it, I was just like, I have no idea how I feel about this. You want to make sure that it dries though before you combine two colors, because if you don't, they'll just merge together and they layer horribly when they're both wet. So make sure you dry between coats. And then just apply a dark brown in the crease, which I did here, but you see, they blend great with powder shadows, so that worked out. And then for liner, I really love these Infallible pen liners. This one is a really beautiful teal shade. I'll have to list it down below the color, but how cool is that? And it's not that noticeable that it's a blue liner, but it looks gorgeous on the eye. And then back in that palette, I use a dark gray on the lower lash line just to make sure that we have a nice transition. And then I wanted to use a purple liner, and I'm using the new Milani Stay Put waterproof eyeliner in Fixed on Plum, and just put it on the lower lash line and just blended all that out. And then don't forget your mascara. Then we're using that peachy pink color that's in that e.l.f. blush palette and just putting it all over our cheeks. I kind of went a little ham, so I'm dusting that off. And then using this e.l.f. highlighter in Moonlight Pearls, which I'm pretty sure this is like under $3 or maybe it's $5, but it works great. And then set your face. For our lips, I used this Maybelline lip liner in 110 Purely Nude, which was a beautiful color all on its own. I was actually pleasantly surprised. And then on top of that lip liner, I used the new L'Oreal Paris Infallible paints in the shade 312. So I thought these were going to be super glossy, but it wasn't. And yeah, that's a complete makeup look, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Oh, and the lashes were Drugstore too. They were Kiss. I'll put them down below. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.